The prime minister who nationalized his country's oil, was overthrown by the CIA in 19 days. It's 1951. Tehran, Iran. A new prime minister is sworn in, democratically elected, wildly popular. Time magazine's Man of the Year. He looks at Iran's oil. British companies control everything. Iran gets only 16% of the profits. He nationalizes it, takes back the oil fields. Britain loses billions. But day after day, Britain pressures America for help. He's turning communist, they say. President Truman refuses to help, and for 2 years, he holds power. Then Eisenhower wins the election. The CIA approves Operation Ajax. They send an agent to Tehran, briefcases full of cash, $1 million. He walks into military headquarters, offers generals a choice, money or loyalty. Most take the money. Fake protesters flood the streets, paid by the CIA. Newspapers print lies, also paid. Radio stations spread panic, all bought. And soon, the final move. Tanks roll toward the palace. Generals give the order. He tries to escape. They find him hiding. He is arrested by the generals he once commanded. The man who wanted his country's oil back was Mohammad Mosaddegh. The most powerful woman in the ancient world was exiled by her own brother. It's 51 BC. Alexandria, Egypt. A young queen rules beside her brother. Young, brilliant, educated, trained to command with words and wit. Egypt flourishes under her rule. Wealth floods the kingdom. Trade flows through the Nile. She rebuilds Egypt's treasury, secures loyalty from her generals, repays debts owed to Rome. The people cheer her name, and for months her rule stands unchallenged. But envy brews in the palace. Advisors turn her brother against her. Whispers spread. Loyalty fades. Then one night, under the cover of darkness, soldiers storm the palace. Torches, shouting, chaos. She's seized and dragged away, exiled, alone, no way home. Months pass. Sails appear on the horizon. A Roman fleet, Julius Caesar himself. She sees her chance to reclaim the throne. She arranges a secret meeting with him. Together they forge an alliance, a gamble that changes history. And soon, the final move. With Caesar's legions, she fights back. War engulfs the Nile. The palace burns. Her brother's forces collapse. The exiled queen who lost everything was Cleopatra. Over 250,000 prisoners died building a road, and you've never heard of them. It's 1932. Kolyma, Siberia. Stalin orders a highway built through frozen wasteland. 2,000 kilometers of ice and mountains. No machines, no mercy, only prisoners. Ships arrive at Magadan port weekly. Thousands of prisoners step off in chains. Political prisoners, criminals, anyone Stalin hated. They're marched inland toward the camps, given pickaxes and shovels to survive. Guards watch from towers, and for a time, they believe survival is possible. But winter comes without warning. Temperatures drop to 50 below zero. Prisoners swing pickaxes through ice and stone. Guards demand more work every day. Food portions get smaller with every passing week. Prisoners dig through frozen earth. Their hands crack and bleed. The weak collapse into ditches. And soon, the dying begins. Bodies freeze where they fall. Guards order them buried in the road. Thousands disappear into frozen ground. The dead become the road. 20 years later, the construction is finished. The highway stretches across the wasteland. Drivers pass over human remains without even knowing. The road built by the 250,000 dead prisoners is the Kolyma Highway. The most expensive speech in history cost the British Empire 300 years of power. It's 1956, Cairo, Egypt. A military officer is now president. British troops depart after 75 years of occupation. 2/3 of Europe's oil crosses through Egyptian land. Britain and France control the Suez Canal. Foreign shareholders take 75% of profits. He watches wealth sail away as his people struggle. He dreams of a dam to light every home, redistributes land to farmers, promises a future built by Egyptians. And for a time, he negotiates with the West. Then Washington and London pull the dam funds. They reject his requests outright. A secret plan takes shape. They plan to reclaim what belongs to Egypt. He prepares his speech carefully. The plan is finalized. Western diplomats have no idea what's coming. On July 26th, he arrives in Alexandria. A massive crowd fills the square. He steps to the microphone, steady and calm. He announces the nationalization of the Suez Canal. Egyptian troops secure it as he speaks. Flags rise over the waterway. Britain and France threaten invasion. Their armies march toward the canal. Their economies face collapse. But to this day, the canal stays Egyptian. The president who stood up to the largest empire was Gamal Abdel Nasser, one of Haiti's most promising leaders. Made 30,000 of his own people vanish. It's 1957, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. A country physician is elected as president, known in every village as the healer. He treated villagers without charging fees. Stories of his kindness travel far. The rural poor see him as their savior. Crowds sing his name in the streets. He promised hospitals, schools, and dignity. He dreams of lifting Haiti from poverty. Foreign governments recognize his election. And at first, there is hope. But paranoia festers in his mind. He sees enemies in every shadow, begins studying Vodou texts and rituals. He declares himself Baron Samedi incarnate, the spirit of death. He creates a private army dressed in black. The Tonton Macoutes answer only to him. They carry weapons and believe his power is real. He warns them, "Betray me, and I'll follow you forever." And soon, the nightmare begins. Midnight raids sweep through neighborhoods. Families vanish without trials or charges. Neighbors learn to stay silent. His men fear betrayal more than death. 30,000 Haitians disappear over 14 years. He dies peacefully in his bed in 1971. No trial, no justice. The doctor who once healed the sick was François Papa Doc Duvalier.